Ooh, baby. Give me the butter.
Take him away, Toy.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I'm Officer Kevin.
And I'm Officer the Grant from the future. Look at me. I got these futuristic shades on. If you guys aren't watching these YouTube videos, you're fucking missing it.
Quick plug
I'm
for
from
those.
The future, man. I got these. They're polarized, so I can't see any of the screens right now. I'm basically podcasting blind right now. It's great.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to inhibit the quality of the show, especially for those who don't watch and just listen. They're like, I don't give a fuck what he looks like. I just want them.
Dude, I look so cool. I got the not a cop hat on right now. I got the shades. I got a cup with my own face on it.
You look like Master Roshi got those new sunglasses at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Yeah, you look like him.
I feel like him. I'm getting nosebleeds all over the place.
We're gonna have to watch that next time. Anyway,
ladies,
let's give a thank you to our guest from last time, Ian Erickson. Thank you, Captain. And let's give a warm welcome to a returning champion of the show. That's right, everybody. I'm talking about Garrett Hunter from Mega64.
Whoa, hey, what's up, Kevin and Grant? I've got some glasses of my own. I was feeling a bit left out there.
Wow.
So,
we're talking about anime eyewear. You're wearing the Gurren Lagann.
I'm ready to pierce. I'm ready to drill like Simone has never drilled before. But
Absolutely
really, these are a little annoying, and I as Grant pointed out, polarized lenses kind of make screens just look like oil slicks.
Yep.
Yeah, and when you're you're trying to do something and do it right, maybe you want to take off the fancy shades.
Nope.
Grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. I'm too busy looking cool, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Garrett.
There was a great video of an Australian news anchor trying to interview some kid who had such a raging party that the police came and like the city that he lived in fined him all this money, and he wouldn't take his sunglasses off during the interview.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
She kept, why don't you take the glasses off? Come on. It was just posted by Lakembra and he was right on it. But it's so great. He refuses. He refuses to take them off, and good on you, mate. Stand true.
He had that bookmarked.
Yeah, he was on that very quickly.
It is a classic. I mean, this is like good old days stuff, but
it is. I miss those days.
I'm happy to be back, though.
Absolutely, man. How the hell are you? Last time we talked to you, it was at the very beginning of the the panini, which is a funny way to refer to the event in which a bunch of people died. How are you, Garrett?
Well, considering the circumstances of said panini, I'm feeling fine, man. I just heard yesterday for the first time someone called the vaccine the Fauci ouchie, and I fell out of my chair laughing. That was a whole new level.
You gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh. So I had a good laugh about that. But Brian and I were on last time together.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. Kevin had just visited San Diego and come down to the studio and hung out. And like, man, we got that in just scraped by.
I remember it's so funny because when I think about the moment that where I truly believed that things were going very, very bad was when I was sitting there and then we were all like checking our phones and it's like, oh, Tom Hanks got COVID. And it was like, oh, fuck. I don't know why. That was like, for some reason, he was
patient number 0.
Well, amongst those that we know. It was like the first a person you're aware of, at least because it was like relatively unknown. And I believe that he was in Australia at the time.
Yeah.
And
you want to think he's being super safe too. You know, he's like America's dad. He's this like, you know, golden figure. It must have been that shithead son of his, Chet, just
oh god,
going out partying in fucking Fort Lauderdale like 2 weeks before, and then he goes, pays mom and dad a visit in Australia. That's at least what I think happened.
I believe it.
You know, if he was less busy being America's dad and more busy being
Good Morning USA.
Fuck what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. That was better. That was.
Every episode of the Thought Cops either has to refer to the Clockwork Orange scene or sing a animated intro from
reference any of Seth MacFarlane's intellectual properties, basically.
Calling it an intellectual property coming from that guy. I don't know.
Methinks not
the
so
first word doesn't
intellectual.
apply.
But we got a lot to talk about here, Garrett. You were, of course, of the powerhouse dynamic. No, was it dynamic? Does that mean 2 people, or is that just like
it's like a dynamic duo? So kinda.
Dynamic group, a league of extraordinary gentlemen. I'll say, Mega64. And I want to say that we could have timed this a whole lot better because the day before recording this, or 2 days before recording, you guys announced that you are going on tour again.
Yes, the world is healing, and Mega64 will have the last laugh again.
And this is like you guys call this the last laugh tour. So you had the last laugh tour before COVID. That happened, and it really did seem like
in January,
right? And it really did seem like that could have been the last laugh. So this is kind of like your guys' like Squaresoft had Final Fantasy. They thought that was going to be their final game. You have your last laugh, and now guess what? You got Last Laugh 2, Last Laugh 3, Last Laugh 4, Last Laugh 10-2. You got all of them, and I can't wait to see all the sequels continue to come out. But I am very excited because you guys are coming to Neo Chicago, baby.
I'm so happy. I've still, Square Enix was throwing money at us like they were at Sakaguchi-san, and they were like, we need another tour.
Absolutely.
And then maybe after that, another tour. Who knows? The tours may be endless now, but we are finally expanding it just from the East Coast and Los Angeles, where we tested this show. But it's coming all over the U.S. We're hitting major cities. And Chicago was one of the ones I was the most excited for because I know I'd get to come see you guys. And I still have never been to the lovely state of Illinois.
I was going to ask you. Yeah, I remember. Because I know years ago, I think like Rocco,
there's like MomoCon there, or
Derek, and Eric and Kevin, I think it was, all came here for
C2E2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Back
that's
in like
right.
20, I think it was 2016 or something like that.
Y'all should have came here for DashCon.
Oh, yeah.
I would jump in that ball pit, no problem.
Somebody pee to the ball pit. Oh, man.
That image has become famous. Does anyone make an NFT of that image?
You know what? Now that you say that, I have a very vague recollection that somebody might have. I could be wrong. But now that we put it out into the ether, I think it's very possible that will happen. Yeah. We actually. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Good idea.
I'll say it.
Okay.
We know of the guy who spread the rumor that he told everybody that he peed in the ball pit. He went there because he's like, yeah, there's some fucking Tumblr convention going on in my hometown.
Holy shit.
Yeah, then to this day, you still see people like wildly extrapolating the rumor of this whole thing. Like, yeah, I saw him like actually take his pants off and pee in the ball pit. And he didn't do any of that. He just told some people in a hallway, he's like, yeah, I peed in the ball pit. And everybody's like, it just spread like wildfire across the entire internet.
What a fucking, that's great, man.
God, absolute just travesty of convention planning.
Couldn't happen to a worse bunch.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
yes
pretty-
and no.
bottom of the barrel crowd. But that
I don't know. There's something fun about tiny conventions, like tiny anime conventions held over a weekend that have like, I'm talking like 4 panels, 200 attendees.
Mhm.
There's like some local shit I've been to that is just like, yo, this is a wild experience.
Yeah, when I was a kid,
That
I had
stuff
gone
might
to
be
a
gone.
couple. Yeah, no, a lot of that, because I mean, Comic Con culture was very small back in the day. I remember, like, I had like one of my parents' friends would always run a booth, like selling Star Trek merchandise at a Comic Con. Like, isn't that so nerdy? It's like, yeah, how? Lo and behold, I am going to them like every fucking year for like almost 2 decades. But now I kind of want to go back to one.
Let's do it.
I didn't think that the tour would happen before us going back to cons and doing panels and running a booth. I honestly thought like, all right, we're going to get to cons first. And then it's like, no, like venues, like bands are having shows. So venues are open. Let's get the show on the road. But I mean, I think cons, they're going to be right around the corner. It's like fourth quarter this year. I think PAX West is confirmed selling hotel rooms and, you know, the shit's on.
I mean, I believe Anime Midwest is supposed to be here like this month, I think, or next month. But I do believe that Insane Clown Posse, and not kidding, was supposed to be the musical guest and dropped out because it was irresponsible. So
Shaggy Too Dope. I'm glad to see him, you know, getting some more responsibility in his life.
That reminds me.
Good job, Violent J.
Furfest here in Chicago or Rosemont. He was there with his daughter, and they were both in full attire.
Yes. I remember they made that like video about a bad eBay seller who sold his daughter a janky ass costume.
Yeah.
You just don't do it.
Yeah, you
just don't do that.
You don't fuck over the Insane Clown Posse.
Garrett, I also want to mention here, you were collaborating with a dear friend of the show, Slime the Garbage Man, recently on a track titled Silent Hillbilly.
You hear that new fire, boys?
I loved it. I was great. You gave me some like MSI vibes a little bit off that, which I love them. That's
right.
a high compliment for me. Great.
No, I thank you. I had a really good time. I think I met Slime probably like through you guys in your community.
Yeah.
For sure. And he hit me up and Silent Hillbilly was a pretty quick turnaround. You know, I had done like one other collab earlier in the year, and that took a long time to come out. And this was like boom, 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 couple emails back and forth. I felt like I'm in the postal service, not the government job, but the band.
Not the slow-moving government bureaucracy, but the Ben Gibbard side project. Not the bloated infrastructure of our new America, but yeah, the Gibbard collab.
We're going on record here saying fuck the postal system.
Oh, are you a DHL man?
No, I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's the direction this episode's going. But yeah, it was a great Zwick link to hear in the chat for everybody who's listening live. And if you're not listening live, you can get in on it next time by donating over at patreon.com/thoughtcops. It's that simple, folks. So check that out. It was a great opportunity. It was a great chance to see some dear friends, some very talented people collaborate.
Some worlds colliding.
This is what it's like when worlds collide. Mm-hmm. And I also
swear that you died.
I also want to talk to you a little bit, Garrett, because I know we had Sean on the show right around the time this video came out, but the Evangelion in 5 minutes videos.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity because we had him on after the first one came out. Then later on, you guys put out End of Evangelion in 5 minutes, or Sweded.
Yes.
And those videos are amazing. Like, I had the biggest smile on my face when I was watching that. I loved it. And, you know, we talked to Sean. He played the star of the show, Shinji Ikari. But, of course, Sean is not really...
against his will.
He's very much against his will. He's not really a fan of the program Neon Genesis Evangelion. But you are. I know you're a super fan. What was that like for you to get to work on all the props, the costumes, everything? Be Kawaru?
It was honestly something that I'd been anticipating for years because we had planned out like after probably the first Dragon Ball video that we did with the kind of like
Frieza saga.
IR. Yeah. When we got the feeling of these, like, all right, sweeted style videos with the Dragon Ball thing, we all kind of had the talk around the room, like, okay, we gotta start doing video game stuff, and we gotta do more anime, and we gotta do Eva and the movie.
Great choice.
So I was like, okay, that's gonna be so fun to make costumes for and props and everything. And that was like, I'm trying to think, if I worked on it for over a year, that's probably accurate. Like,
yeah, because I remember you guys showed off the teaser at Game Days, and then when I came to visit you guys in San Diego, you had the mini Tokyo 3, you had the plug suit and everything.
Oh, you got to see some of the sets when they were on the stage and everything here. Yeah. That was a grueling schedule to get through because the show was so complex. And then turning 2 videos in, it was an extended kind of filming schedule where we would go all the way until I think everything was shot for the first video, and then some stuff was shot for End of Eva, but then it was like, all right, start all over again, like repaint these robot suits white now because we need mass production Evas.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of like retooling and reworking stuff, which caused so many scheduling conflicts because, we need to shoot the scene. Well, we can't because that armor and that sword has to be used in the scene, and I need to paint it a different color when we use it another time. So it was a fucking challenge, but I couldn't have been happier with it. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I mean, for you guys to like finish that off during the pandemic, I mean, amongst all the challenges, I mean, I can only imagine how fucking frustrating that must have been.
Getting the guests, to come down and act in it, getting a lot of our friends, but even still, like, this is before we're all vaxxed up. Vaccine wasn't really out yet, and it's like,
wasn't a
all
thing.
right, we'll wear masks, we'll do protocols, we'll do it the California way, and everyone felt safe, no one got sick, so I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. And the responses seemed fucking insane. Like, I never would have thought to see YouTube comments in kanji. Like, all the Japanese viewers got a hold of it a week later after it had kind of been out for a while, and it was like, oh, okay, this thing is doing numbers again. Like, this is all the comments are in a different language. Like, this is fucking. I mean,
it seemed to get like a huge response. I mean, I don't know how many views it's at now, but I remember seeing like, I don't know, maybe a couple million and being like, oh shit, this is massive.
Yeah, it might be my favorite kind of example of prop and set design and costuming that I've done for the boys.
And
it is all in this kind of like DIY cardboard paint style, but it was I got a lot of practice with like Metal Gear stuff, and it was a lot of fun to do.
And that's definitely, I think, the most impressive aspect of those videos is just like the set design and the props, and like how you can take something that like you look at just a normal object and you just like put that on someone's head, and you're just like, yeah, this looks like the thing. Like, you can sort of just suspend your disbelief a little bit, but it's like the perfect like mix between DIY and like actually what it looks like. Like, if this existed in the universe that we're all in, sort of thing, like, it looks perfect, it looks exact, but you still have that recognition of like, oh, that's like a vacuum, like that sort of thing. It's
and
hilarious.
Totally.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with that,
right?
And I wanted to ask you as well, like, how was it to get the original English voice actor for Asuka Langley Soryu to be involved in the project?
That was like such a fucking dream. I was over the moon that she accepted, because I don't think they used her in the Netflix dub, which was
the
kind
whole
of the
thing,
most.
I think, yeah,
that was like the most recent Ava thing until now. But she was like more than happy to do it, and we kind of looked at it like, yeah, a lot of these voice actors are just at home in quarantine. Like,
true.
Let's see what they're willing to be a part of, and she was into it all the way, and it just made so much sense. It's like, what's Asuka's mother speaking to her in that scene? So just do the Asuka voice, in that scene, and it worked great. Getting those kind of cameos and like things like that, I think really helped launch that video and got it around.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys had some. You guys even had a lot of small cameos with the Sele members. You had like Super Mega was in there. You had Brian Altano. Was ProZD one of them too?
I think definitely. Sungwon Chu. Yeah.
Great. That was a great group of people, of creative people. Great project.
That was a dream to finish, and God, the the time that went into it to finally get it done was just the best feeling.
I can imagine, man. Just like when you're really feeling that energy on something, and it just like all clicking together. It's just the best feeling in the world.
Just could not wait to get it out, like to have people see what you've been putting, a year's worth of energy into.
Speaking of putting energy into things, we do have to move on to a little bit of our own housekeeping here.
That's true, yeah.
We got a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ThoughtCops. We've been, I got the little construction hat, like that like Japanese like yellow construction hat. I got one of those, and it's a little icon
Pardon
of
our
me.
dust.
Yeah, and it's got like a little orange construction cone. It says under construction. We're figuring it out. We've been dedicating a lot of time into figuring out like developing the YouTube channel more, the video clips, more video episodes. Of course, you can watch if you're listening now. We've already said it, but you can check us out over at YouTube. Just search for Thought Cops on YouTube. Give us a subscription. Give us a follow.
We're like 10 away from 500
That's so freaking
subscribers.
Close. We're so close.
And it's crazy because it's still such like a small, modest number, but it's like we've spent all this time building up like the RSS feed and stuff like that. And it's like we have our base of listeners, our tried and true loyal fans, but we're also trying to branch out, reach to some other people, like focus on more of this video content, like do some more clips so it like goes out to more people so that like just the circle grows and we're all just a big part of a big, like Kevin always says, when you're here, you're family. I don't know where he got it from.
I never fucking said that.
You've never said
Fast
that?
9.
Never fucking
You got it from Fast 9.
Oh, we'll get to that.
God damn.
But yeah, give us a follow over there, because I know mostly we have been doing like uploads of the audio episodes. So if you haven't checked out the video episodes, it's a lot of fun. Check out the one from last week. We had the big surprise, which you won't see if you're listening. So a lot is going into we just want to be doing more with the show, always doing new stuff and keep it exciting. So check that out. Give us a follow. And let's get right to 2 Minutes of Hate, a very famous, very frantic segment of the show in which we blanket punish all that annoying crap that we see on the internet every single day of our wonderful lives. So without further ado, my 2 minutes of hate this week is pimple popping videos. Nasty fucking shit. The nastiest shit in the world. I don't know what it is that people enjoy about this. It seems to me that a lot of women do tend to enjoy these videos. Like they get, or whoever, they just tend to get a catharsis out of it, I guess, like watching someone just squeeze the blood and pus out of a throbbing pimple on the back of somebody's neck. That's fucking nasty to me. That's gross.
Yep.
Garrett, have you seen this shit?
This whole lane of social media and even fucking television shows, right? Like,
yes.
Dr. Pimple Popper?
And I want to get to that really quick, though, because I was at the gym last night. Planet Fitness got all the TVs, and I happened to pick the elliptical that I think I had TLC on. Something was on TV. I'm not really paying attention. And I look up for a second, and they're, like, cutting off this giant pimple off this guy's nose. Like, this pimple is like a 2-inch circumference, and there is like straight up blood and pus draining out. Like, how the fuck is this on TV?
They show this dude's face? Did they blur homie's face?
They don't blur shit. Like it's a whole episode about him. Like they go to his home, they interview him, yada yada yada, and he goes and he agrees, I guess, signs some kind of release to, hey, cut this thing off my face. I mean, I guess they do. It was so nasty to me.
I'd be fucking dropping weights if I saw that shit. I'd be rolling on the floor dying. Like, I cannot.
I am not exaggerating when I say that I was so fucking close to throwing up on the elliptical. I did the Hank Hill, like, whoa, when I saw it. Like, I had to, like, look away and, like, close my eyes. It was horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
When I heard this was a thing, like when I heard about, YouTube channels doing this and then the show that got picked up, I just couldn't imagine wanting to see that. Like, I've never looked at it. I've never tried. I've heard the argument that, I get a sense of relief when the cyst is burst and everything is, it's like, I don't.
And like some people in the chat here, they're saying that there's a catharsis of popping your own pimple. I guess, hey, the doctor says you're not supposed to do that because you could scar. All right?
Yeah.
You could scar your beautiful face at home. But
I don't trust someone walking around with like a whitehead showing, though. You know what I mean? Like, everyone pops them. What are we talking about?
Right. I mean, if it gets to that point, yeah, maybe I will. Okay, maybe I will. But I don't want to watch a television show. And these are not your average pimples, folks. These are not your average zits. These things are massive, throbbing monstrosities. They are about to explode like Neo Tokyo.
You have to drain them.
It's like, and they show like they put the fucking syringe in and they show everything, man. Everything.
Wait, they suck fluid out in through a clear syringe?
I don't know if it was like clear or what, but like they were I think they're maybe like a numbing it or something, because this is like I'm talking about like extreme pimples here, people.
Is this in high definition?
Yes.
Oh,
I also do have to say more to your point, Kevin. You made mention of this, and I would like to also highlight this, is that every woman in my life, I feel like, is addicted to these videos, and I don't know if it's clearly along certain gender lines or if I'm purely being sexist right now, but I have noticed that so many women that I know are like, oh, I love watching this. Do you watch the show? Do you follow her on Instagram? Do you watch the pimple popping documentary about the fucking 100-pound pimple? Did you see the fucking pimple? And it's just like, God. Dude, I don't want to watch any of this. I don't want to watch anything medical. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to have people describe it. Just keep it away from me. And people are like, what? Why? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't want it.
Junebat in the chat brings up a very valid question. At which point is a large pimple not just a cyst? And what are we getting off on? Like, people's like cutting off their like tumors on TV? And that's entertainment. Listen, I fucking drew the line to my 500-pound life, whatever the fuck it's called. This like, what is it people get out of this? This like, I keep saying catharsis, but I feel like there's something more. It's like this sick, like what they would do in the Roman Empire, and they watch people get torn apart by lions. Just like,
it's like is it a release?
Sick, violent urges that people have deep down, whatever animalistic nature that we are suppressing over hundreds of years of evolution comes out during these watches of these videos. And now it's, like I said, it's a fucking TV show. What's next? Pimple popping superhero in the Marvel universe.
Hey,
go ahead, Disney. Your move.
Yeah, your fucking move.
Grant, I don't think you're being sexist. I think maybe it's just, women like to watch the release of the pimple popping videos. Men like to watch the release of cum shot compilations. It's just, tit for tat.
Okay, that's an interesting point, Garrett. You're positing that this is something almost pornographic for some women or whoever gets off on this. I think so,
because it is obscene. I mean, it's like waste being excreted from a body part.
Sure, yeah.
Ugh.
I mean,
disgusting.
It's like, yeah, I guess that's true. I never thought about it that way. But, and I'm not here to kink shame. I'm not here to say, if you're into this, your fetish is wrong. I'm not here to tell you that it is a fetish. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm telling you that I saw it and I almost threw up.
Yeah, I don't know the category that you would file this under, because I don't think that there's necessarily sort of a sexual thing, but there's different like pleasure centers of the brain that like people put a fucking they put you in an MRI and like your brain lights up and it's like, is this attached to something?
Like
I don't know.
They do say like certain things like I don't know the exact study behind this, but they say horror and comedy tend to be somewhat linked together in terms of how your brain responds to something. So perhaps,
hey, that explains my childhood.
But it goes to say, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay,
it was weird.
You're like, my childhood was traumatic, ladies.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying, like,
line up, ladies.
Yeah,
he's damaged.
Hey, we got some pimples to pop here. Come on in. You know, I think that's a great pickup line for people. Like, you're on the dating apps, and
you're probably not wrong, and that's horrifying.
Yeah, you're on Tinder, and you're saying, hey, I got the biggest, nastiest pimple. You're gonna need a syringe or two to drain this bad boy off my neck.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Folks at home, if you want to try that and let us know, write to us, thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know how it went. But no, my punishment for this nasty, disgusting, depraved act of pimple popping videos is I'm trying to think. I brought up the Roman Colosseum example, or the relation thereof. I think we should bring back that. I think it's only a matter of time, because think about it. TLC, the Learning Channel. I know this is sort of a hack bit, but TLC is the Learning Channel, and we show these programs on there in which it starts off with, this person's really fat. This person eats gasoline. This person has sex with a balloon animal, and this person is having a cyst removed off the side of their face. And this is like entertainment for people. And I'm saying, let's just go back. Let's go full fucking barbarian mode and just show people in Roman Colosseums just getting their limbs torn apart by lions. Just, and they give him the thumbs up or the thumbs down, based on whatever,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Exactly. Good role for him to play. I think that'd be a good reality vehicle for him. And I think that, we're already heading down this path. Just put that on TLC.
When Dr. Pimple Popper's ratings dip, they're just going to draw and quarter her live.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. And it will get ratings.
It's a good punishment.
And people will see that, and they're going to be like, how satisfying. That's the word they use. It's like oddly satisfying. I'll say that's a little odd.
They're going to vivisect her on live TV. It's like, what's in there?
Let's see what's inside.
Speaking of what's inside, Garrett, what's bothering you, my man? 2 minutes of hate. Let it all out.
So my 10 minutes of hate is kind of I'm holding up a mirror on the 10 minutes of hate, and I want to hate on the haters, all the Bezos haters out there, guys.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why everyone's ganging up on this guy, Jeff. He's just going through a tough divorce. And it's very public. No one wants to be, you don't
want to be on that
shamed.
End.
Right.
You don't want to be shamed on that kind of personal stuff. But I don't get it. The guy gets me like props and costume pieces the next day for the cheapest price available online. I don't understand. The Evangelion movies are finally being released from the clutches of the Japanese Empire. Amazon Prime is getting all of the rebuild films, as well as the fourth movie final. I can die happy because Amazon Prime is there for me. Bezos is cradling my poor soul while I wait to just see what the fourth Eva movie finally has. It's dated. I can't wait. I have nothing negative to say about the guy, and I see the vitriol being spewed upon social media for him. They want him to die in a rocket in outer space.
It could happen.
I get dunking on Elon, but this Bezos guy is like, I hate opulence. Don't get me wrong. This motherfucker, he's dressing like a science teacher. He's the typical modest millionaire. Isn't that what we want?
I think people are mad because of the poor working conditions for the workers who are
you guys have never pissed in a bottle before?
Diapers are encouraged. Piss in a bottle. Hey, I've been there before, but it's like people think like, oh, it's great to get these products, these props, everything, but at the cost, you think about like, well, you have
impact.
The
impact on the world,
the people. Yeah, exactly.
But have you been in a Walmart lately, guys?
Absolutely not.
No.
I do not want to go to Walmart anymore.
I won't step foot in them unless I'm already wearing sweatpants and slides to fit in.
Right. God damn, dude.
I'm on my phone, and the next day, I mean, I get subscriptions on Twitch for free through their service. I get there's a trade-off, but I am my 10 minutes of hate is all the Bezos bashing. He's the CEO, right? He's still
not anymore. He just stepped down yesterday.
Great. Leave the guy alone. He wants to find a new wife, retire from the big bad book selling life, and I say we go after the other shareholders and the other tiers, the heads of the Sele organization.
I was going to say there's plenty of other people to hate too, folks. Don't worry. There's a lot of hate to go around.
Go after their digital assistant. Get that Alexa bitch. But just leave Bezos alone.
You just checked to see if it turned on.
I just turned around. I'm like, did Grant's Alexa just go off? No, I shouldn't.
I hope I did.
Damn it. I'm like, we have headphones on now.
Now it heard you.
Now they're listening to everything. Hey, at least somebody is.
You know what I heard? That's sort of like an interesting factoid, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care. Like, what do I have? Journalistic integrity?
Yeah, we don't. No one comes here to learn. For God's sake,
it's not the learning channel. Is that so in the divorce with his wife got half of his money, which at the time I think was, a lot less than what he is now. He is what, 200 billion now, and it was like maybe 30 billion she got out of the divorce or something like that. And I guess she's been trying to make efforts to give away a lot of his money to charity. And she's given like $10 billion away. But as she's been trying to get rid of it, because Amazon's worth so much and they pay so little tax and it's just like money on money on money, her net worth has doubled. So she gave away $10 billion.
First world problem.
She gave away $10 billion and now has like $60 billion.
Can you imagine? The system we've set up, you can't even give your money away without doubling your net worth anymore.
Probably got all sorts of like tax write-offs, and the government's like, "Oh, you gave so much away. Here's more." And it's like, "No, I don't. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Take it."
She's trying to do the right thing.
Was that your punishment, Garrett? Though, just spread the love, or rather the hate, to some of the other folks, or did you have anything more cruel and unusual, perhaps? I just want this is like, I want this to be like oddly satisfying.
Yeah,
for you.
Send them into space.
Well, space is getting crowded. I think it's for the billionaire class. But all you 99%ers out there who are shitting on Amazon, you have to go to Walmart and you have to wear sweatpants and slides. And I'm just saying, you got to go like 9 p.m. Between 9 and midnight are the only times you can go to Walmart supercenters, because it's the most obnoxious time while the night crew is putting away pallets of supplies. That's the only window you have. No more next day. No more Super Saver shipping for you. You're doomed to the Walton Corporation now.
I got to get in my car and go to Walmart. God damn it.
And also, when somebody starts singing the national anthem, you have to stop and you have to put your hand over your heart and you have to join them.
Are you talking about that employee ritual?
No. Like there was a video that went viral like just a couple days ago where like just in a Texas Walmart, someone started singing the national anthem and everyone just stopped and joined.
Manchurian Candidate stuff.
It is, man.
It's a different place, man. Wow.
Texas or Walmart or Texas Walmart?
Well, Walmarts are as close as you can get to Texas in San Diego, but I can guarantee you only in a Texas Walmart would you get people joining in. If I walked down to my local Walmart and started singing God Bless America, I think someone would escort me out.
Yeah. They say, hey, this guy seems a little off.
Some poor retiree who was an electrical engineer who's now a greeter will ask me,
"Sir, could you please exit the building?" So sad, man. You know, they put them by the doors so they get sick. Like in the winter, when it gets like cold outside, they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to keep them around too long." So
yeah, It's you want fresh air to get that old person smell out of the store. So you got to keep the circulation.
A smiling face with none of the smell. What do you got for us this week, Grant?
All right, I got a good one, and we sort of mentioned it a little bit earlier in the show, but I'd like to dive a little bit deeper into a new meme that, how old are the Fast and the Furious movies? They're like 20 years old, right? They've made 9 of them.
At least. I want to say the first one came out like 1999 or 2000.
And you know what? The first couple were good, and like then they kept making them, and I'm just like, yeah, this is stupid. I don't fucking care about this shit, you know? But somehow, by God's good graces, or by the opposite of God,
whoever the heck is up there or down there, we're not here to say
anti-God.
This anti-God has created this fucking abomination, and I'm just gonna show this Google search result of these family memes. Have you all seen these?
Oh yeah,
I have. I
can't miss them.
This is one of, and I've said on the show before, but I'm not a meme guy. I don't really like them. I know that it's like the antithesis of like me doing this show, but maybe meme is too broad of a term, because I feel like at one point I associated it specifically with like rage comics and stuff like that, where I thought that was so embarrassing, but
it's morphed into its own sort of thing. But I mean, all of these are just like, so it's Vin Diesel's character. He's all about family. Right. And so what's the punchline of every single joke is Vin Diesel fucking cocking a gun and saying family. That's the whole joke. Family.
Like I would say, like compared to the other memes that have been in circulation, this one is especially shallow. Like there's not a lot, like you said, there's not a lot to it besides
you've seen literally all of them.
That's what he says in the movie. And then you go,
it's
like,
too easy.
Well, yeah. It's that simple. And
there's no creativity with it. Like you can just put him, here's a challenge for the listeners at home. Just take a picture of Vin Diesel and drop it in any image. Put him in like a screenshot of like an episode of the Teletubbies, and they're saying whatever fucking made up language, and just put him with the gun saying "not my family." Like that's it. That's the whole fucking joke. Is not I got family. We're family. Like it's not fun. There's no. Like, again, you look at, like, the steamed hams thing, and it's like, look at how many different videos and iterations, and, like, people were making songs out of it.
A lot of creativity, I will say that.
Yeah, and it's like there was a thing to it, and it's just been, like, just dwindled down to just nothing. Like, it's not even a punchline, because it's not even a joke, because it has to be funny, and there's nothing funny about it. It's just death of fucking online humor.
I think Vin Diesel's, he's probably paying memers out there to make these just to get his bald head on our screens more.
And it's funny you mention that, because I have seen some people, they think this is like an elaborate marketing campaign, like to promote the newest movie that just came out. Yeah. Which would make a lot of sense. It feels like something this stupid has to have come from like a board, a committee that was in charge of advertising a movie. We're like, what do people like? I think they like memes. And it's like people like, they're just raking in off the simplicity of what's the most recognizable thing that the characters in the film franchises say and do. And it's like, well, he does say that thing about family sometimes. And it's like, bingo.
They might have started off like, yo, let's make this go viral. And then I think you're right, Grant. People just went, yo, this is easy.
Yeah.
I can do this.
It'll get me clicks. It'll get me retweets.
It's disgusting, man.
It's just completely
our brains
vapid.
Are like, just feels like there's like these little bugs crawling all over our brains, where they're just like, this is like that, just like they're pulling these wires on top of our brains, like controlling us, where it's like, well, if I do this thing, then I'll get this shot of dopamine that'll last for 2 minutes when I get 50 likes on a picture where he says the thing from the movie.
Yeah. Again, it's I think especially frustrating when it's like you put a lot of hard work and effort into like something like this show and you see like a certain amount of return on investment in terms of like, oh, we got so many followers, we have a Patreon page, we're successful in our own right. And it's like, I'm fucking on Twitter all day long, just tweet, throwing out shit just fucking click my profile and follow Thought Cops and subscribe to the page and listen once, please. Just listen one time.
Don't sound so desperate, man.
And then there's people that just like, oh, here, family. And it's just like, boom, a billion tweets. And it's like,
I mean,
man,
that's the way it's always been, though. You know, that's the way it's always been.
Sucks, and I hate it.
I mean, yeah.
For exactly 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah,
it was 2 minutes exactly. Good job. So what's your punishment?
I don't know.
You know what I say? I think the Discord is kind of like a family. You know, I'm giving in full force. By the way,
it's sort of like
I think that I want to start capitalizing on this. Like a week too late. I'm going to wait well after the expiration date's gone by and be like a picture of like me and Grant with Vin Diesel, and he's like, "You joined the Discord? It's my family," and he's holding a gun. And yeah, what the fuck is this?
I'm looking for something.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm going to find it.
I don't like what you just typed in to find. Can I say what it is?
It's good. It's good.
I'm dying to know
if I can find, but I don't know how we're going to be able to.
Well,
play
I will
this
say
video.
Grant just typed in, at least to Google, TikTok Fast and the Furious musical.
So Vin Diesel said, "Oh, I want to do like a Fast and Furious musical." Like he said this, and then a guy went on TikTok and created his own version of it, and I think that it's very funny, but I don't know if I can pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, Here's
what the Fast and Furious musical would sound like if it was written by me, somebody who's never seen any of the movies. Nah, fiddlesticks. I'll never get the car to work in time for the big race against my enemy. And I've been hammering all night and all day. When will things change for me? Vroom, vroom. Tough luck.
I absolutely want this to happen.
A 40-ton truck, just go. Why try? This engine is fuming, and so am I. My life is fast and furious, but I'm curious. Is there something more? The wheels are turning, but I've been swerving round what my heart beats for. When I'm speeding down the road going 95, it'd be nice to have a bro.
So I think that this is the punishment, is that this guy gets full reign over doing the Fast and the Furious musical. I mean, one, that was a brilliant song. Two, that's what they deserve. This is what this fucking movie franchise deserves to fucking like manufacture this meme, is that this guy has full artistic control over the Fast and Furious musical.
What I do appreciate about the movies, and I know about their sort of descent into madness, which I appreciate. Yeah. It's like over the top for the sake of being over the top, because the motto of the series at this point is, why not? So yeah, I say, why not a musical? It seems appropriate enough. They're trying to get like a Jurassic Park crossover. Why not?
Oh my God. Let's just keep mixing every franchise we own. Just put it in the melding pot.
We already have that. It's called Space Jam 2.
Oh, I see you're a film aficionado, Grant.
Indeed. So yeah, that's my punishment. I guess we can move on.
Yeah. Let's move on to our main segment of the show, the old meat and potatoes. So if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. So I want to talk about this. We're all gamers here. You know, this is a safe space for, you can say that we play video games. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll allow it.
Nothing embarrassing about that. You can be a gamer and that's just fine.
I'm a gamer and I'm proud.
But you cannot be a gamer and a real cop, because there are these trucks, I guess, that the NYPD is driving around New York City, called the NYPD game truck, simply put. So this it says programs like the game truck are explicitly designed to attempt to build trust within communities that, for good reason, do not trust the New York Police Department. Some of this work has taken place with the help of the New York City Police Foundation, and some of this work has revolved around video games. The foundation started a program called Options that connects with young people and police officers through a virtual reality curriculum. So they drive these trucks out to these neighborhoods and places and whatever to buddy up to younger people or buddy up to people who maybe don't feel like they can trust them. And they say, hey, we got NBA 2K in the truck. This is exactly what they told you not to do as a kid.
This is terrible.
A stranger comes up to you and says, hey, I got candy and puppies and video games in my van or my truck. You want to come in? You're supposed to say no. And now the police are telling you to say yes. They're giving all these mixed signals. So
keep the fucking body cam on when you're playing 2K in that van.
Right. I don't know about, these guys got some rage issues. They lose a match of Street Fighter. Who knows what the hell's going to happen? But Grant, if you want to pull up, there's a video here they have advertising the program, which we can watch here. It's the link below that one.
The link below this one?
Yeah.
Don't worry. We got this all under control, everybody.
So this is, they put this up to highlight the program. I think what it's called, Options or Game Truck, whatever they're calling it. But we'll do a little screen share here.
Game Truck by the Dead Kennedys. Here we go.
Hey everybody, we're up here in the Bronx and we're inside the new NYPD game truck. I just want to thank the New York City Police Foundation, Susan Birnbaum, Brett Roberts, helping us get this game truck together. This right here is going to be the game changer this summer. We're coming out to your block. We're coming out to your neighborhood.
Playing Mario Kart. They got all these. It looks like a food truck, kind of.
Our families.
Yeah, this is a whole business model out in California, at least. There's like people that do this for a living.
Really? We haven't got that here yet.
So I want everybody to be looking out for the NYPD.
It's not free,
and it's not the police. I'm assuming.
We got a few more things to work out here, but we're already up and running. We got the PS5s, the Xboxes, the Nintendo Switches.
Wait, they found a PS5? That's not fair.
So we can play some music.
Yeah.
This truck right here is the bomb. It is the best of the best. And we're going to be ready.
Call the bomb squad.
Right.
There's a bomb in the truck. He said it.
So
that's
I mean, yeah, they make it look
propaganda?
really cool. It's like every 12-year-old boy's fantasy. It's got the fucking lights, controllers, TVs, lazy boy reclining chairs, hanging out with cops playing games, just shooting the shit.
Police trainer too. That's all we play in here.
It reminds me of, like, I had friends who worked at GameStop back in the day, and they told me that when there was the midnight releases for Call of Duty games, there would always be military recruiters there having, with that they got their table, their pamphlets, they got, full uniform. Hey, you shoot those guys pretty good. You want to, check this out. When you graduate high school, give us a call.
Pretty good with that trigger finger.
Yeah, and this kind of feels like the same thing. I mean, like you said, they're not playing the police simulator, but I feel like that might be. Hey, man, you're really good at Smash Bros. You want to give this?
You want to smash some bros?
I don't know if it would go quite that direction, but again, you're not supposed to get in a vehicle with strangers.
It's like community. It's community outreach to make people from the community trust the police. But I don't know. Couldn't they spend money on like other things to outreach in the community other than like that's an expensive build? Personally, I've been to a couple of these game trucks when I was doing research because I thought like, I could build. This is like no shit. I was like, I could build one of these game truck, or I wanted to do it in a trailer, and I did. I built like a 16-seater 4TV trailer.
Really?
That I have yet to complete the business venture, but this is something that like 5 years ago I started, and I got this trailer and outfitted it with consoles and everything because this is a legitimate thing I saw a lot of people in San Diego doing as like their own business, and they would go around and just do parties. I've seen big trucks like the one in that video where you hire that to come out to your driveway for your kid's 7th birthday party where all his friends play Call of Duty or.
I could see that. I could see, being big for, like you said, kids' birthday parties, or even kind of like how food trucks hang out outside of bars late at night. Like, hey, just, drop your ID off, get some collateral, sober up and play some games, that kind of thing.
Building that thing, though, is not fucking cheap, especially that one they had. I went super budget and I was like, yo, I'm putting this in a trailer. I did, cost-effective version of everything. And now I just kind of use it for camping in. But at the time, that's not a cheap build. So I wonder how many trucks or trailers the New York Police Department has.
All the money in the world.
This video,
I guess it's better than a tank.
Yeah, it's better than a tank. This video makes me so viscerally angry. Like I can't.
You don't think that looks fun? Not even just a little bit?
I started watching it and just like all of these arguments we've been having the past, like especially the past year's worth of like the protests and the marches and stuff like that, and some of the like conversations that the entire nation has been having are just like reverberating in my head. And it, like, watching that just woke so much up in the anger centers of my brain, because the whole again, not to get political or anything, but it's going to get political. The whole concept behind like defund the police, right? Mm-hmm. Is the fact that police don't proactively stop crime. They retroactively stop crime. Crime happens. You call the police hopefully solve the crime. A lot of times they're bad at it, right? But they're not a deterrent. In a certain sense, they're sort of like a theatrical deterrent or whatever, but like they're there to respond, So the whole idea of defund the police is like, maybe we have some of these like overly bloviated police budgets, stuff like that. Like maybe we take a little bit of that and we use that towards like, preventing crime. A lot of times when you do crime statistics, it's like crimes a lot of times like linked to poverty and stuff like that, lack of community outreach, lack of programs, stuff like that.
Lack of gaming, Grant.
Lack
you see
of
what's
gaming.
Happening here?
So these fucking police, they take this money and they say, oh, you can't defund us because we need this money. We need to build tanks. We need more pepper spray. We need to chemically fucking spray protesters in the face with illegal chemical weapons. We need this money. So in fact, you can't defund us. We need more money. And then what do? Is they fucking build these trucks. And it's like, but you're just trying. This is just more fucking propaganda. Like this doesn't solve any of the problems. Like kids need fucking food at home. They need like better resources, and they just go, oh yeah, we'll take this money. And like Garrett said, this is probably fucking expensive to do. To create all these trucks. God knows how many fucking trucks they've made in order to justify a budget. And they're just like, yeah, video games. Oh, this is our attempt at outreach. And it's like, man, healthcare, please. Like, but the non-cop version of like fucking we have solutions to the problems, but you took more of the money and you're trying to solve the problems, but you're just feeding into more of the same problems.
Well, Grant, you'll be pleased to know that the reception to this was almost exclusively negative.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So yeah, a lot of articles published like don't get in the van, this is like, this is bullshit, whatever. What are you gonna say, Garrett?
Sorry, our response time is so long. We were in line at Best Buy getting another PS5.
Right. First of all, I wanted that PS5. Second of all, my neighbor got stabbed. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Even if they're not building these vans, the rate to have someone, that owns this van come out and provide the service, that's steep. I mean, this is a whole business.
Yeah.
Yeah, KT Shane in the chat says, I feel like this idea started as funding for after-school programs and got compromised down to kids playing video games. I bet it's like shitty too. I bet it's one of those things where it's like, once a year.
Yeah.
Oh, they pulled it out for that video, and then they haven't hired the company.
Put it back. They're never gonna do it again.
What should the punishment be, though? I think.
Man, I don't know. I'm too emotionally involved to actually think of a punishment for the police.
I'm trying to think.
I don't want to get put on a list or get thrown in a. I don't want to get black bagged.
Well, it's a gaming truck. Maybe they have to play Minecraft in some way or another.
Hell yeah.
What I was going to say that I'm surprised I didn't see Minecraft in any of the TVs, you know?
They knew. They saw that FBI notice of what Minecraft really means.
They should start
kids
playing some pimple popping videos. You know, nobody's going to want to hang out. You know, they're really nasty as shit. Just get completely off base. Like, we need to start feeding the cops like the information that is. Oh yeah, people love like just lie to them what people don't want to see. Get them in, and just people like scatter out. They never come back.
Cashew in the chat says they showed Mario Kart, but what they actually give to kids is Garfield Kart.
There we go. Yeah, nothing but
that's a punishment.
Shovelware. Yeah. Like the kind of games like your grandparents would get you for Christmas as a kid because they were like, oh yeah, I know you had a Super Nintendo. How about whatever, like a home improvement video game.
You can only play Bad Rats or E.T. for the NES in the van now. That's your punishment.
But let's move on here, Grant. Is eating bread tacky? The world wants to know, and I want to know. Is eating bread tacky? So this is something that's been talked about on Twitter this week, from what I understand. People are asking.
This is the big Twitter story of the week.
Eating bread. Like, is everyone going keto, or is this about everyone making sourdough in quarantine?
So it's about, let's say, for instance, right, you're on a date, you go to a nice restaurant, right? Isn't it very tacky for someone to eat free bread as soon as you get it?
Absolutely not. I'm going for those Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster the second they hit my table, because they are piping hot.
Right. And so
King.
This person that posted this, like, almost near unanimously. No.
Yeah, this is one of the least divisive things I have ever seen on Twitter.
We all rallied around it.
Yeah.
So it says, had this argument in a group chat, but I want to know the truth. Isn't it tacky for somebody to eat the free bread as soon as you get it? And yeah, 97.5% of people said no, that is fine. Now, maybe I have bad table manners. That's highly likely. In fact, I probably do. But Grant's nodding. But why? Like, is it polite? Are you supposed to wait and not eat the bread? It's like, you know, maybe you're on a date or you're doing something. You don't want to like come across as like some like fucking freak where as soon as the bread hits the table, you're like, ooh, baby, give me the butter. And that is what. Don't isolate that. Don't isolate that.
Give him the butter, Zwick.
Oh no. So I can see an argument for somebody who is perhaps very self-conscious to say that this is wrong. Like, no, you're supposed to have your pinky out and wait 5 minutes for the bread to get stale, and then you can have a bite. Fuck that.
No. I'm not that bougie.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I'm like going, yo, aren't you stoked? They have like free stuff with the dinner we paid for?
Right. I'm eating that shit. My dinner hits the table. I'm already full from the bread. I've gone through 3 baskets.
Yeah. Especially Red Lobster.
Exactly. Absolutely. I'm taking home like most of my meal is a leftover because half the reason I go to Red Lobster is for the Cheddar Bay biscuits, which I heard a rumor they're not doing anymore. That better not be true. And this isn't helping.
You know, I think the rumor isn't that they're not doing it anymore, but that they're no longer unlimited.
Oh.
So they will fucking cap you if you go hard on the biscuits.
It's for the people like us who go right for them when they can tell, you know, this basket's going to be empty in a matter of seconds, and we are not bringing back anymore.
You know, there's a workaround, though. They sell the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. It's Red Lobster branded at the grocery store.
I bought some recently. I made it.
It's a mistake, though, because then you really made 24 biscuits for yourself and you're stuck eating them for a week.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not as good as they are at the restaurant. They're not.
No, it's not the same.
So, Grant, where do you? I know you're on the same page as us here, but I want to hear you let loose on this. I feel like you have a lot of opinions.
No, I love food, and the more I can get of it, the better. Absolutely. I'm not even like quality over quantity bullshit. Quantity.
I have a very hard time turning down free stuff.
Yeah.
Free samples of the grocery store. And quarantine was tough because they weren't doing those. And I still don't think they're doing them. I miss the little tiny plastic. It's like that, like the thing you fill up with medicine, like a cough syrup.
Yeah.
But it's like filled with a roll of deli meat, you know?
A bruschetta.
Yeah, or like a little toothpick with a little cube of cheese. I'm coming around, I'm doing my shopping, and I'm coming back around a second time to all the tables, and I'm getting more because hey, you want me to sample them? I'm the customer here. You want me to say you want my feedback? I will give it to you, but I will take as much as I please.
And even like when it's an all you can eat situation, like let's say you go to the famous family restaurant Olive Garden, right? And
you hurt your family.
You do the unlimited soup, salad, breadsticks. I will walk out having eaten 200 breadsticks. Like I'll walk out vomiting. Like you saw the video of me eating 123 pizza rolls.
I did.
I will down as much food as possible and get my money's worth. I don't have a lot of it, and I want everything.
Yeah, because it's like, I know this isn't how our anatomy works, but in my mind, I'm like, well, if I just eat a lot of food at once when it's free, I won't have to eat any more meals for the rest of the day, where it's like, no, I just feel sick and then I still get hungry later and I've eaten far too much. Anyway, but I don't think it's tacky. I don't think it's tacky to go for the basket of breadsticks right away.
You know, I mean, it's served as food on the table.
Right.
If you start munching on the napkin or chewing on silverware, picking your teeth with the fucking fork, like, I get it. This bougie bitch is like, no second date for you, sir. But if the man has a breadstick.
You know, it reminds me of like these weird games people play when they're like, when people say things along the lines of like, oh, after the first date, like you have to wait 2 days to call, or you have to wait 3 days and it's just like, man, according to who? Just some people? Like, according to just somebody? Like, just do whatever you want to do. Who the fuck cares about like these weird social conventions that we like fucking like place on ourselves? It's one of those things too where it's like if you go to a restaurant and you're sitting down with a table of people, and like if I don't have my meal or whatever, and people are sitting there waiting like for you to get your food before they start eating, I'm always like, just you eat. Like, don't fucking wait for, like, I don't care.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When they're waiting for me, I'm like, please,
yes,
eat.
Exactly.
Like, just relax, you know, have a breadstick.
Yeah, please, by all means, you know.
And I think that's a good punishment. I think that this,
we also have a little bit of a, we have
there's our friend Crip Daddy there.
Yeah, he's one of the top.
He's commenting
here. Yeah. But so she released a statement as a random Twitter user releases statement about the bread survey.
Not needed.
She says, "Good morning. Needed. After witnessing the outpour of responses to my question and having the ability to sleep on it, I have gained a new perspective." This is insane on why the backlash was received. People cannot help being tacky. It is generational. I know this now. Fucking calling me tacky. Calling all of us tacky. Unbelievable. I never knew an opinion on waiting 5 minutes to eat bread would lead to people cussing me out, but what else to expect from tacky people? The essentials weren't talked. This is
class warfare.
This is generational warfare. To my 3%, the 3% that said yes, thank you for riding so hard against the tackiness. We understand that restaurants are for socializing. Fast food are for eating as soon as possible.
This is the pettiest shit I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to enjoy my fast food.
Like, to my 3%. Like, they're not your 3%. They probably don't like you either. This is so pathetic.
She did the like influencer apology tweet, but then she doubled down on her stance and was like, "Oh, you thought this was an apology?"
Right. This is like fucking Logan Paul in the Suicide Forest putting out the fucking apology note. This is like some fucking random lady who asked about eating bread.
This is a celebrity doing one of these.
Yeah.
Fingers tented. Yeah.
I was wrong.
It's embarrassing.
And I've learned.
And really, though, she hasn't, though. It was the biggest non-apology ever. It was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yeah, you're tacky. Y'all are tacky. Shh. Hey, I'm proud of it. She doubled down. I'm proud of it.
Who cares what anybody does,
I got my punishment is you get to eat nothing but stale bread. You want to sit around and wait for that shit? You want it to get all, you like your shit crunchy? Chew on this.
It's It's cooled down. It's cold now. You don't get warm bread.
Yeah.
Your butter will never melt onto that.
Leftovers only.
Yeah.
You want to wait so damn long? Do we have enough time for another story, or how many?
I don't know. Let's see here.
Let's just wrap. Do we have anything interesting here?
Probably not. I don't think the bread thing was even that interesting.
No, not really.
I mean, we have a John Cena update that's kind of funny.
Hey, let's watch that real quick.
Exactly. So let's pick up where we last left off with John Cena. So
John Cena with an X instead of a C. John Cena.
Well, John Cena is family now, as he's been introduced into the Fast and Furious franchise.
That's true, and he's he's become family in more than one way, as you can see here.
We played this a couple episodes ago. He had in some sort of press conference or something like that, he had made some statement saying he called Taiwan a country on accident.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, who hasn't been there?
I love that people don't want you to call Taiwan a country. That just makes me want to do it at every convenience.
Right.
It's one of those social faux pas,
you're being tacky
John,
when you call Taiwan a country.
You're one of the 3%.
Yeah. The 3%ers are whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
I'm gonna go ahead and play this. So again, if you're listening to this and you're not watching the video, this is John Cena speaking Mandarin, apologizing. I mean, he's like fluent.
This is a humble brag. It's not an apology.
Yeah, right.
Well, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it because that's about all you need to hear. But someone posted an update here. If I can navigate these polarized lenses here.
Oh God, it's a live show all over again.
Is he bloody?
Yeah.
What is on him?
Someone said, "No,
someone check on John Cena, please." And this is what happens.
He has
next.
some jar of paste. Like I'm not sure what.
I mean, this is terrifying.
He's got a head wound and he's repeating the same word. Someone check on him is right.
Whatever condiment that is, I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
I'm assuming this is maybe some sort of cultural thing that we're like not necessarily aware of. But why he is? But
why is he battered and bloody?
Well, he's pandering to a huge Chinese audience he has.
Yeah.
With all the Taiwan apology and he does big bucks over there. He knows where his checks are signed.
I mean, yeah, this is the update. John Cena is
There's more too. There's pull this up. Here's another one. He's eating an ice cream cone.
Dude.
I fucking love ice cream.
He has a marketing team that's like, yo, we're going to blow you up.
This is fake. This is fake. This is if you're watching at home, the subtitles are obviously fake.
Right. Well, they can't hear the subtitles, but yes, they are indeed.
What the hell am I saying?
Not correct. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the guy speaks a mean Mandarin.
He does. So people are saying this is what they sent him to the re-education camp. That's why he's all battered and bloody. And
yeah,
Hey, quick punishment. John Xena, you like re-education so much. Check out our YouTube channel with our re-education videos. We got a whole bunch of them. Subscribe.
Sleep Science says, wasn't sure that was even his voice.
It could have been dubbed.
I couldn't really see his mouth.
It could have been dubbed. Yeah, he's hiding behind that ice cream cone.
Yeah.
No, yeah, let's move on though.
Let's.
Key to the city time. Something nice, something positive, something swell, something sweet for us. A little light at the end of the tunnel here. My key to the city this week goes to the Mushroom Wojak. The little Wojak guy. New guy. Mushroom. He's just some guy with a mushroom head, and he looks content. He looks rather pleased.
He does. He looks at peace.
He looks rather pleased with himself. See, we'll pull that up. Shroom Jack is what I guess he's going by these days.
That's his name, Shroom Jack.
That's what it autofilled as on your computer. Shroom Jack gets my key to the city.
There he is. Look at
somebody's already got a tattoo with the little guy.
Jesus Christ. This dropped like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
People love it.
And I'm already sick of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that now, but it's like as soon as the episode releases, I'm sure I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't like that anymore.
We'll get a new Wojak like next week, so he'll be lost in the sands of time.
Or by the time this episode comes out, he'll probably like be co-opted by the Nazi party.
That's what I thought. Yeah, when does he become naughty?
He'll like be declared as like an international hate symbol. Just the way it goes. I love this world. Garrett, sorry, that was supposed to be the positive part of the show.
Oops.
Garrett, what's your key to the city?
Well, my key to the city, it goes to John. Oh,
Xena.
Rest in. It goes to John. Rest in peace, McAfee.
Yes.
We miss you. Mexican surfboard enthusiast, designer, drug maker, and gun aficionado. John was, he died. We don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
More to come on that, or probably not, as it seems. But I give my key to the city to Mr. McAfee because I did enjoy him while he was around. He was certainly entertaining individual. His social media was something to behold.
Something else.
And yeah. On the run until they caught up with him. Or did it? We'll never know. But I would like to give my key to the city to, his memory.
Mr. McAfee.
Is there a foundation? Did he leave anything behind? I guess the McAfee Corporation.
Yeah, the secure. Did he sell that off?
I don't think he has anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he had anything to do with that for a real long time.
They tried to distance themselves from that name, but they just couldn't do it.
Sort of hard to when they're named the same thing. Yeah.
Wish he would stop acting up. What do you got for us, though, Grant?
So I slipped up last week and I did a key to the city to the wrong thing because this should have been my key to the city last week, but I spoiled last week's episode and said what it was going to be. As Sleep Science pointed out last week in the chat, he said, I'm surprised Grant didn't bring up the Steven Crowder / Sam Cedar thing. Which I am going to bring up now. That gets my key to the city. I was waiting to see this moment for years, maybe 2 years or so. I'd been following the Majority Report for a while, a couple years, 2, 3, maybe 4 years. And they'd been having this sort of back and forth thing with Steven Crowder because, as we all know, Steven Crowder is one of the top political channels on YouTube, and he only debates 18-year-olds that don't know what they're talking about. And everyone's always been like, hey man, why don't you talk to some people that sort of know what they're talking about?
Because they might change his mind. That's
they might change his mind. And
this guy's playing on easy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he challenged Ethan Klein from H3H3 to a debate and said it was going to be he called him a layup.
Yeah.
Which is yeah, man, probably, real good intellectual integrity you have there is you just debate people that you lay up, And they're 2 years ago or something like that, he was supposed to debate Sam Cedar at some political convention or whatever, Politicon, I think it's called, and he like backed out of it, and the people that like were running Politicon said he had cold feet or whatever, and he was like sort of dodging some people and stuff like that. And so in one of the funniest things I think H3H3's done in a long time, we lost Garrett.
Damn it. It crashed again and then popped right back. I'm going to add my camera one more time. Sorry, if you want to keep going.
Yeah, no, jump back in whenever you can. I haven't been a fan of H3H3 in a while. I think that their content and their humor has sort of slid downhill a little bit. But I think this might have been one of the funniest things. And people kept saying like, oh, Ethan, like he wussed out of a debate or whatever. And it's like, no, he did the funniest thing, which is he made a grown ass man hide from another grown man. Like he facilitated this interaction and he just fucking stepped away and said, okay, you guys deal with this. That's the funniest thing you can do in comedy, is set up a scenario and just know when to get the fuck out of the way. And that's exactly what he did. And it was the funniest thing, because as soon as fucking Sam Cedar's face pops up on the screen, Steven Crowder fucking like set to camera 2 and just some guy sitting in a fucking chair, and he was hiding. It was hilarious. A grown adult man was hiding from a 50-year-old fucking Gen X dude that memorizes facts and figures in his spare time as a fucking hobby. He hid from him. It was hilarious. I've been waiting to see that for however long. It didn't fucking change anything. Nobody cares, but it's just like, yeah, this was like the Super Bowl. That's how bad I've wanted to see is Steven Crowder with his fucking weird gun straps and his fucking giant arms and shit like that, like hide from an older man. Because he was terrified.
You got a catharsis from that.
I had so much catharsis. I have goosebumps thinking about it right now.
Would you say it was somewhat pornographic for you?
Yeah, it was.
If we're going to link the pleasure center.
There was
the brain.
a bit of a release.
Yeah,
that happened.
Ooh. Okay.
Pop.
So yeah, that's my key to the city. Is again, I think that the key to the city goes to Ethan Klein, because again, people were like, oh, he shied out of he was never going to debate. He was never going to do whatever. Like, no one gives a shit about any of this shit except for like a handful of people, myself included. And he did one of the funniest things I think he's done in his entire career, which is make a grown man like hide from another grown man.
That's a pretty good switcheroo.
Yeah.
Speaking of hiding, this week's word of the week is prive. Just short for private, which is short for a private account or an alt account, I guess.
They're priv.
P-R-I-V?
It's priv or priv. I don't know. I just see people say it on
I would
Twitter.
say priv.
I would say priv too.
Well, it's priv then. The majority.
But I would think, like, are you privy? Oh, are you in the know?
Yeah. So it's basically, whatever, I guess, alt account, whatever. Thought Cops word of the week. You learn something new every time.
All my alts are priv.
Before we get to the final segment of the show, Garrett, plug everything you got, man. I know you got a lot to plug.
You know it, baby. I thank you for the opportunity. I just really want everyone to get out there and give that collab that Slime and myself worked on. Hit that Silent Hillbilly.
If you're a Thought Cops fan, I mean, what greater opportunity do you have than like
match made in heaven?
Yeah, right. You know both these guys. They've been on the show a bunch of times. Check out a lovely little ditty.
Give it a spin. Give the Silent Hillbilly a spin. And check out my Twitch stream over here on the Mega64 podcast Twitch account. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, I do the Poorly Played stream. And me and my co-host Brian play just whatever's kind of current, with the exception of the summer, which we are currently in the middle of the Metal Gear Solid summer stream, playing through Metal Gear 4 this year. We do a big Halloween Resident Evil stream until Christmas. So there's always something on Wednesdays over at the Mega64 Twitch.
A very fun stream. I can definitely vouch for. Always a good time.
That's all I got. I would say tickets go on sale. They're probably on sale by the time this is out. For our Last Laugh tour. So you can check out, us in your city if you want to see the boys out IRL. Come out to the last laugh.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to think. I know you guys have a landing page for it. I'm looking it up myself right now.
Yeah, you can go to mega64.com/tour. It's all there. You can get your tickets.
Perfect time.
When's this guy come out? When do you think this will pop?
Should be out.
Some might sell out, but I'm not sure.
This should be out Tuesdays. I mean, I bet some shows won't sell out. So if you're listening in the city that you're in and you think that this, that sounds like a good time, live sketch comedy. Hey, when's the last time you've been out to a live comedy show, especially a live sketch comedy show? What a great opportunity to get out there, work your social muscles again, and have a laugh, have a good time. Check that out.
Going all over, man.
Yeah,
Texas, Florida, Michigan, Philly, Brooklyn, New York, Tampa, Atlanta, Michigan, Chicago.
Yeah,
Neo Chicago.
We will be at that Chicago show, absolutely. So come say hi to us. That's enough reason right there.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Glad to hear you guys are getting out there and hitting the pavement again. But without further ado, if you want to give us a call, it's 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. So pull those up right now. And here
is one of my favorite parts.
Our wonderful listeners.
Pulling them up right now.
This is the Discord news for this week, bringing you all the news worth reporting from the virtual streets of Neo Chicago.
#LooneyBin shroomed up after Starlit Alpha posted a picture of the recently memed Mushroom Wojak. The fun guy has since spread to the entire server.
No.
Starlit Alpha has been repeatedly called out for posting screenshots of outrageous news stories, some of which have been proven false. When asked to post the links instead, he threw a tantrum about not wanting to give the clicks before ultimately posting the link anyway.
Some of the quote-unquote men in the server have discussed shaving their faces in #ThoughtCops. That's it. That's the joke.
After a long back and forth in #outrage, Parrot Skull Tropical Goth came out looking like a hero, while Sleep Science looked like a fool.
Lakembra posted about how Lakembra isn't talked about much in Discord news. We here at Discord News wish to remedy that.
Now to our final segment of the show, Lakembra Corner. This week Lakembra announced that he made a letterbox and asked everyone to follow him. I know I am.
This week's Discord news has been presented to you by Yo Guacamole and Parrot, Skull and Crossbones, Tropical Goth.
All right.
I have such a hard time following everyone's name, especially if I haven't been on the Discord for a while, and I'm just like, I don't know who any of these people are anymore.
Yeah, little notes, maybe make it a little more accessible for people to follow along.
It is a funny bit, though, to constantly change it.
Yeah.
It is also very alienating for anybody not in the Discord, and they're just like, are there 1,000 people in the Discord? And it's like, no, it's the same 10 people that keep getting talked about, but we just change our usernames constantly, I guess.
It's very inside, but I think I like it.
I think I do too.
I also think that I like it.
Garrett Hunter, 35. No. Hey, what's up, Garrett? I'm your fan, Max Racer. Just wanted to leave a question for you for the Thought Cops. So you're a DJ.
I know this guy.
That you feed off energy from your fans and the audience. So I wanted to just leave a voicemail for this. And I wanted to
I'm an energy vampire. This guy knows it.
Songs. So if you could talk about that, maybe talk about what songs you've actually done and which ones are not real. I don't know. There's some fake songs up on the internet with your name on it. So, hey, dude.
Is that true?
I was going to say, is that true?
That's like when you used to download prank calls from Napster and it was like, Legend of Zelda by System of the Down. It's like...
Or that happened with LimeWire a lot.
That Bill Clinton audio.
I don't know. I know Cutie Max Racer. I recognize that name. We don't change the usernames in Mega64 Discord, so I recognize that one.
Nice and simple.
I think I like it as well. But I don't know about music out there with, there's really old stuff out there. Like on my first 6 videos on my YouTube channel are an old band that I was in, and there's some VZ's demos. There's some stuff by Slow Draw the Hungry Eskimo. But I'm glad everyone's out there. He referenced the new Slime drop, so
yeah.
And there's even a newer Slime drop out there.
Slime
this guy's prolific.
He always be dropping. There's one thing.
But no ska, because then you'd be picking it up.
Speaking of picking it up,
I'm unfamiliar
Zwick
with...
add a ba-dum-bum, like a fuck.
And
something like that.
Do it every hit. When he moves his arms, do it. Sync it up. Make it as complicated as possible.
That's a running bit that we do to our editors that I won't submit Zwick to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys put Johnny through the ringer on that show.
Oh, man. Anything that just maybe starts to get complicated. It's like, Johnny, on Friday, go ahead and have a graphic fly in from the sides and do a CG animate. Yeah, CG out my whole face. And if you can render Raziel from Soul Reaver on, and
he'll
shift
do
my
it.
voice up. Yeah, and he will. And we tell him, like, bro, go home. It's 4 a.m. What are you doing? A podcast is, you guys said to do this thing. And he will stick to it.
Shout out to Johnny Weiss. Good guy.
Round of applause. Yeah.
Those are always the funniest bits too. The things that just take like a second and like a second of screen time, and it always takes hours to just build like this one thing to do. Like, but I always like appreciate that the most when someone like tosses in that little something, shit like that. Like it always gets me.
I just watched you, Grant, in the Be Nice to Me Productions. One of my favorite of the newest stuff they've put out was the improv
House
graduation. Ghost House is great. The whole story behind Ghost House and everything was great, but the improv graduation sketch was so fucking good. But now I brought that up for a purpose of the eyes that are dilated in some characters or just the little touches of CG. It's like, doing that After Effects shit probably takes twice as long as just editing the video, but it's so worth it with those. The production value goes up so big when I can go like, did his fucking eyes dilate like 3 times? And then they cut back to it again and you're like, okay, I saw that. I wasn't sure.
Or like, if there's like a certain sound drop, like, I think, he does certain like small things where like, what was the thing? The thing was the whole like joke in the video was like, either you go to improv and you suck this dude's dick, or you do stand-up comedy and you eat this woman's ass. And like, she's like, when I ate a burrito, and Alex like cut in a little splice of me going, burrito.
Yeah.
Like just those little things where it's like, just toss that little sound bit in and just like muffle it a little so people can like barely pick it out,
It's the finesse. It's the short game.
Exactly.
Hello again, Thought Cops. It is I.
What?
Who you the incredible. Gracing your voicemail once again. And it's good to be doing so. I hope everyone's had a wonderful time, a wonderful 4th of July, and that life is just simply good. However, I must take exception. An exception for one thing. Grant.
Jesus.
Hello,
what?
Grant.
Hello.
Oh,
yes, I know. I haven't been playing Paper Mario. Jesus.
There was
Cut to the
something
chase.
This month of July, 8 days in to this wonderful month. And I must let you know that I've taken issue with a number of things.
Issue.
Did you know, Grant, that the Koopa Troll cackles at your inability to destroy him? The Hammer Bro heaves over from laughter. The Magic Koopa marches unimpeded. Bony Beetle bellows not in agony, but in jest. Bombshell Bill beams in glorious continuing
read
life.
Off all the characters.
Drybones drinks a toast.
He's calling you out,
ongoing existence. The anti-guy absconds a victory instead of defeat. The Duplighost defies his execution, and Junior Troopa, he judges you. He judges you because he can. Because he is not dead. This can be solved, Grant. This can be fixed. And I very much look forward to when you do. I look forward to seeing this game brought to its knees by the end of this week. And to you, Kevin, I understand you're subbing in for filler content this Saturday.
That's
wonderful. Yeah. This is why you're known as Kevin Podcast. You can do it all. And to your guest, Garrett, I understand you're continuing your live tour this summer. It's a shame you couldn't make it last summer, but I am absolutely glad you can this summer. It's almost incredible. With that, gentlemen, I wish you all a wonderful evening, and I look forward to a certain individual stream later on this week.
I'm just going to beat this game just so we stop leaving these voicemails.
I mean, yes, I would love, we got
to move on.
Yeah, we just have to move on with our lives. We got to finish that game. We got to leave some
I'm like
how far
right
in are you?
I'm right at the end.
He hasn't
I just
done
have
it
to
in
beat
that
Bowser.
months.
Yeah.
That's always where you stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, this also coincided with us spending more time on the YouTube videos and stuff. So there is a reason for the lack of season, but it'll come back. Like I said, I'm just gonna do it just so it's done.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to think of new voicemails to leave, and that'll be interesting.
Speaking of voicemails, let's play the last one.
Hey, Thought Cop and Garrett. I have a question. So the Shroom Wojak. Now, initially I was like, yes, he is so cool. I like how he looks. But then today, my mom asked me, who is the Mushroom Man? Referring to that, I'm just like, how the fuck does my mom know about this already?
Because of you. Because you have irony poisoned your mother. You've
poisoned your mom.
Absolutely. I mean, her life would be probably much more at peace if she didn't know things like who is the Shroom Jack and have to text you. And the fact that was a cause for question and concern to say, who is this? Who's this guy? Like how you're wondering why? It's because you sent her down that path.
Yeah. Nico is to blame. It's why her mom knows who Chris Chan is. Her mom knows who Bartleby is. It's all Nico's fault.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I think we've contributed to that in culture at large. But you know what? We're not, just leave your parents out of it.
I think one of my favorite photos from the live show, and maybe one of my favorite photos from any Thought Cops venture, is when she's on the screen, and then I'm just next to the screen like this, and she is like Sonic and Bartleby in the background, and
with
she's being
Rhymes face paint.
She's being gay Rhymes with Sonic and Bartleby in the background, and I'm just covering my face.
Yeah,
that's I think one of my favorite images to come out of this show.
Well, that about does it for voicemails, though. If you want to give us a call, like I said, number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to support the show, throw us a few bucks, get some bonus content, come hang out in the chat. Head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. Helps us out a lot, goes a long way. We really, really do appreciate it. And it's free if you want to go, like I said, subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out. We got a whole lot of exclusive video content, video episodes, a lot of good stuff on there and more to come. YouTube, Thought Cops, search it, check it out. Garrett, thank you so much for coming back on the show, man. This has probably been like your fifth time I want to say here.
Fourth, I think fourth. So I'm officially Gumshoe since the last time, right?
You're past Gumshoe. We'll have to next time we'll come on, we'll have to figure out a new.
We'll send you a badge and a gun.
Yeah, check your mail. Okay. Check the Mega64 PO box.
Last week, you guys had Ian Anderson on, and he mentioned white guys with dreadlocks. So it was like imperative. It was imperative that I come by. So again, next time your guests mention, me as a punchline, I will be there to answer the call. Anytime for my my deputies. What are you guys? You guys are the fucking detectives.
The boys in blue.
You're the chiefs.
Yeah. The boys in black.
All right, Chief.
We're the chiefs.
It was a pleasure again, and thank you. Shouts out to I do simp for Nico, so thank you for the voicemail at the end. Letting me hear your voice once again was the highlight of the show for me. Actually, these guys are fun and all, but
we're all
shouts
right.
out.
It's that minute-long voicemail where she takes the phone, hits speakerphone button, and throws it across the room and screams out whatever it is she's saying.
She's getting better. I will say she's getting better.
That's the best part of every show.
I thought we would get her driving while on speakerphone yelling about Pokemon, but we got the new Wojak that dropped. So
there's always next time.
I'm happy.
Well, thank you everybody for listening. Again, we'll be here every week. Check it out. See you. Wait, no, you said that part, Grant.
See you, Space Cop.
Bye-bye.
From all your worst fucking nightmares comes two MCs to put fear back into the hearts of women and children.
A river of blood.
You talking smack, I got a bad like a padre. Giamatti sipping till I'm sideways. Reckless on the track, in the booth I'm throwing tirades. Swaggin' working out, and I'm cutting cross 5 lanes. Getting in my face, doing too much just to see me fatted. Where Charizard, how to hollow, make the scene graphic. Keep it grinding from you hounds, I did not need no static. I might go and grow another arm, trying to wear 3 tattoos.
War crime committing in the dead zone. Kendo Custom 9 sitting on my hip just like my cell phone. Keep my blood supply fresh. Battery, bathtub, typo negative sesh.
Crawling in the field, I feel like Solid Snake. Every day my birthday, cause every day I'll be chopping cake. In my slack, shit looking like it's a pocket sling. You fellas finna wrestle for crumbs and I just be copping steak.
Been having schizophrenic nightmares of dragging someone out of their room by their hair. You don't look scared, girl, you must not heard it. Smoke in your face, more perverted than the turtle hermit.
Bullets real like Child's Play 3. Bullets real like ain't nobody tell Brandon Lee. Designer jeans, long sleeve, freaky. We shooting clips like IMDb. 235 Street, that's apartment 3. That's where you better be. If any buster wanna go scuff with me, get ugly. Bitch, I'm with the motherfucking skullduggery. Plugging out the mud with the cutlery in my dungaree.
A river of blood is created by disposing of the bodies.